Hello, and welcome to English Cottage Catholic. May the peace of Christ be with you. Today I'm in Stow-on-the-Wold in the Cotswolds, on the hunt for some Cotswold cheese. I'll also be visiting the Catholic Church of Our Lady and St Kenelm to see some arts and crafts style stained glass windows, a breathtaking replica of a Botticelli painting, and of course to visit Jesus, truly present in the most blessed Eucharist. Then join me, embarking on an adventure to a magical land, visiting the so-called Tolkien door. And then we'll head back to the cottage to eat some delicious Cotswold cheese and enjoy a nice cup of tea. So here we are at the Catholic Church of Our Lady and St Kenelm, Stow-on-the-Wold. It's only a 5-minute walk from the town centre, and I must say it's really worth the walk as you get to wander along the pretty little alleyways that hundreds of years ago the shepherds used to channel the sheep along to get them to the market square. The church has a really interesting history which you can find on their website. Like many Catholic churches in this country, it had humble, hopeful beginnings. They converted an old disused school and schoolhouse into the church. And I love it. It blends into the surrounding Cotswold stone buildings seamlessly because of this. Plus the inside is so nice. There's a really peaceful, calm feel. So, these beautiful stained glass windows. On the left we have St Kenelm and on the right Our Lady holding baby Jesus. The windows date from about 1950 and were by Daniel Brooke. St Kenelm was the son of the King of Mercia in the 9th century, and on the death of his father, the young lad Kenelm became king. Some say he was 7 years old, some 12. He was young. Sadly, one of St Kenelm's sisters wasn't a particularly pleasant person, to say the least, and she cold-bloodedly arranged for St Kenelm to be killed. Poor brave St Kenelm met his end out in the countryside in the Clent Hills in Worcestershire. Nobody knew what had happened or where St Kenelm's body was until a white dove flew down and dropped a scroll as the Pope was saying Mass. The Pope had the message translated and realised that it contained the news of the boy's murder. The Pope ordered a search to be undertaken, and St Kenelm's remains were at last found, thanks to a cow that kept returning to the burial place. And there were more miracles in store, for when St Kenelm's body was being brought back and the men were tired and thirsty, a spring appeared in the ground so they were able to refresh themselves on their arduous journey. There is still a holy well that marks one of the places where they stopped. You can make a pilgrimage to the holy well which survived. It's at Winchcombe, another Cotswold town. Back in the day, there were many cures attributed to St Kenelm. I know that I prayed to St Kenelm for help with something I was worried about a couple of years ago. And the funny thing is, I can't actually remember what it was that I asked for his help with, which you could say proves how effective his help is. So thank you, St Kenelm, and may St Kenelm pray for us all. I know that there is a pilgrimage being arranged by the parish of Our Lady in St Kenelm, which is set to take place sometime in May 2025. So at time of filming, this is next month. If this is of interest to you, please do get in contact with the parish priest of Our Lady in St Kenelm for more information. His email address is on the parish website. From what I've heard, everyone is welcome and you can walk, drive, cycle the route, or even go by helicopter, although I presume you would need to provide the helicopter yourself. I love our saints. Great Britain is an island of saints, a phrase St Edmund Campion used once. And it's so great to learn about them, to claim them as our own, and to have their help with our daily troubles and burdens. It reminds me of the song, I'll get by with a little help from my friends. Our friends in heaven, the saints. Legend has it that JRR Tolkien visited Stow-on-the-Wold, living close by in Oxford, and that he was particularly impressed by this old wooden door that looks like something out of a fairy story. It's the north porch of the church and was built about 300 years ago. The yews were planted on either side of the door at the same time. It is said to have inspired Tolkien's Doors of Durin, the west gate of Moria, in his book The Lord of the Rings. It really does look like a portal to a mythical realm. If anybody has been wanting to write a book and needs some inspiration or a sign telling them to go for it, this is that sign. What wonders there are in this world. Picture the scene. At dusk, the last rays of light from the fading sun are glowing like embers on the tree-framed door as you approach and turn the heavy iron door handle to enter into a magical world of hitherto unknown mysteries and wonders. When I got close up to the door, an image flashed into my mind. It was involuntary. I saw another old, character-filled wooden door really vividly in my mind's eye. This one is at Christ Church College, Oxford. It's a door that has the words "No Peel" graffitied onto it. The letters were hammered in with a nail. In 1829, Sir Robert Peel, he's the Peel in No Peel, after a change of heart decided to support something called Catholic emancipation. As recently as the 1700s and 1800s, it was not legal to practice the Catholic faith freely. We could not purchase land, we could not hold civil or military offices or seats in Parliament, or even inherit property or vote. And when some very brave people started the wheels of change so that today, thank God, we're able to do those things legally, there was bitter and malicious opposition, including among the students at the University of Oxford. English history is fascinating and eye-opening. I recommend taking a look at the English Catholic History Association website, details below. They have really interesting talks by a variety of specialists, and they publish very compelling and accessible articles. You will be amazed at what you learn. It's a real eye-opener. In fact, I could perhaps liken learning about English Catholic history to opening this big, ancient, heavy door and finding yourself amazed at what's on the other side. Your life will never be the same. I'm not affiliated with the English Catholic History Association in any way. I'm just sharing something that I find interesting, in case you might too. Now I'm ready to find some cheese. So let's stroll into town and have a look around on our way to the cheese shop. So here I am at the Cotswold Cheese Company. I had such a fabulous time browsing the cheeses and other products for sale. Everything here is related to cheese, be it crackers, pickles, specialty oils, breadsticks and more. It's such a cosy shop and they have a huge selection of items in a small space. It feels really oldie worldy, how things were before supermarkets. And it was a real pleasure to shop here. I just wanted to buy everything. Back at home now and time for a nice cup of tea. I've invited some friends round for cheese tasting, but before they arrive, I thought I'd take a moment to share with you what I got. So I chose the Roll-Right cheese, which is a soft cheese with a rich texture and flavours of creme fraiche, cured ham and mustard seed, with a smoky, woody aroma. The other cheese is called Ashcombe cheese and comes from a large, flat, disc-shaped cheese. It features this striking line of wood ash running through the centre. The flavours are comforting and rich like melted butter and fresh hazelnuts. So this here is the Roll-Right cheese. The crackers I bought are from the Fine Cheese Company of Bath, England, and are called Oatcake Rounds. They are savoury, coarse and Moorish biscuits made with 100% rolled oats and oat flour. I topped it all off with a little bit of sweetness from the honey that I bought on my trip to Lipp. I'll add a link to the video of my visit to Lipp and Wheatley. absolutely delicious. Thanks be to God for treats like this. It might seem like a small thing, but I think we all know it can make a big difference to have something really special once in a while. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's been a really wonderful day. Please do like this video and subscribe to English Cottage Catholic for regular new content. Thanks again. Till next time.